Hey, it's Amanda, and you are watching a segment from 100 videos in 100 days. This started out as a challenge to myself to prove that freedom can come from authenticity and vulnerability, and that life doesn't have to be perfect or look perfect, it doesn't have to feel perfect to be valuable, to really be valuable. And that you don't have to wait to share your gifts till it all looks a certain way. And this is also about what the cost is of waiting to share your gifts. I didn't have a YouTube channel before this. I never did a video of myself. I didn't even like to see myself in camera. So am I scared every time I do this? Yes. But I'm here. I'm showing up, because I'm committed to this conversation about freedom. And the freer I get, I believe the freer you will get. So I invite you to participate as you can. There's no editing here. I get one take. So if it all goes to hell, you go with me. There may be swearing, there may be crying. I may get up and walk around. It's the game. It's authentic and vulnerable. I will look different every day. So that's really the point of it, is in life there's no editing, there's no redos. So who are you going to be? How are you going to show up? What would that look like? And what would be possible if you just showed up exactly as you were and let the cards fall? Would that be freeing? It is to me. And if it is to you, I hope you get something out of these. If there's anything that I say that rubs you wrong or feels off, discard it immediately. It's not for you. It's for whoever needs it, and most likely for me. So when this turns off and the next one turns on, I will be sitting here quietly with my eyes closed. You're not walking into any special session that you're not supposed to see. Everything's transparent here. So I started this to have context in the beginning, because I can see people are jumping in the middle of the series, and I just want to make sure everyone feels included. So I will see you soon. A lot of nervous energy going through right now. Like buzzing, humming, head to toe. I'm kind of curious how this one's going to turn out. I just got back from this cabin I went to a couple hours ago. The last 24 hours has been so much information coming through me that it's hard to keep up. I just started putting on a recorder on my phone so I could just talk. And when I originally thought about doing a video type series, it was going to be with my kids and my mom and nieces and nephews, because of the conversations we have. I thought what we actually talk about would make a difference for people, and it would probably be entertaining, but probably don't talk how regular families talk. I mean, I'm the mom, so it's not a normal conversation. I don't probably ask normal questions of people, because I'm just absolutely fascinated, but really interested in getting to the source of what they're saying. Partially out of curiosity, and partially so I can really hear them. So if we were to have a conversation in person, you would share something with me, and then I would probably ask you a bunch of follow-up questions ones you wouldn't expect. So I'll back up for a second. So I went up there, and this was at my son's girlfriend's family's house. Hi, Raina. His girlfriend mentioned to me last night that she's like, oh, I'm on number 30, whatever. And part of me is like, that's amazing, and that's so cool, and I can't believe she does that. And then the other part of me is like, oh my gosh, I do that thing on the video, and she sees me. And how does she see me like that? And what does she think of me? And am I that person that's in the thing? And it was this whole other story about this other part of me and how she saw me, and which, because she remembers how I said differently because it's through her filter. So it got very weird in my head for a second. But I went up there. There was a large group of people there. I didn't know any of them. I've met her parents one time. Wonderful people. Very welcoming, very loving, very open. I mean, I fit right in. But it was a large group of people I didn't know. So I got there, and I started to feel that nervous energy that I get. It was like in my chest, my solar plexus, and my stomach. And I haven't taken any kind of anxiety stuff for several days now. So I wasn't going to rely on that. In fact, it wasn't even a thought to rely on it. It's like it's not even there as a backup. But it kept coming and going. It get stronger, and then it would get more subtle. And what I noticed my mind was doing was just starting to beat me up for it. Like, well, why aren't you just present? Just be present. Just connect. Be connected. It's just trying to shout out these orders like, you've been learning all this stuff and you're not even doing it. Oh, great. Oh, great. I was just like, ugh. And it was a new environment. It was upstairs, downstairs, but there, like I said, there were a lot of people. So even when I thought, I'd like to grab my book and read for a minute, but I didn't know where I could go, or if I felt like there was a lot of people upstairs. So I don't know. It was just watching my mind and body trying to figure out how to get comfortable. And instead of just letting myself feel anxious, I mean, I did a few times, but not like probably where I could have gone. I think it made it worse. And I get pressure behind my eyes when I tend to feel like that. So people are talking to me, and I'm trying to stay present and focused with them, but I get this weird pressure behind me. It's like telling me to retreat. But you have this group of people that are absolutely open-minded and connected and loving, and it wasn't like a regular group of people. So I, of course, had to participate. There's this vivacious group of people, and they know each other through AA. And I've never participated in that, but I mean, I've only ever heard good things. And so it was interesting because they got out a book, and you could pick a number, and then they were asking really personal questions and to share. And they'd go around the room and share. And they're just these friends that have been friends for years and been through a lot of stuff together. And to watch their replies and how open and honest they were, and how everyone really listened for like their true self to come out, it was pretty amazing. So I was kind of sitting off to the side, and the lady that was doing it, she's like, oh no, you're sitting here, you're answering. So, and I can be shy at first, but I know that I can answer the question. So it's hard to go, oh no, I can't, when I know that that's totally ridiculous. So I was answering the questions. Then the questions got a lot more personal, sharing about stuff I share on here about my childhood, and it was interesting too because these people have been through the ringer for the most part, and then for me to share a baseline of what my life was like, just some few examples, their eyes got huge, and they're like, oh yeah, no, my life doesn't look as bad. And I was like, oh, the life I won't talk about. So that was kind of interesting. But what got a little funky for me was the question was, tell us what you find attractive about your physical self. And everyone that was open about their childhood and their life and things like that suddenly didn't feel so open. We got, everyone cringed. It just was a collective sigh, like, oh crap. But they don't back away from it. So first person started, and it became self-deprecating, like, well, I don't like this. Like, no, but what do you like? So they became really kind of random things, but you could see the ego was that we're raised in shame to acknowledge what our gifts are or what our talents or beauty are. Just such a bizarre concept, because we are taught to love ourselves, and we're told to feel beautiful. We're told to do all these things, but like I've said, no one's taught us how to do it. We don't have the examples of it. So everyone would kind of attack what they liked, or they'd hum and haw, or they'd cringe, or they'd go into a story about, it's not about physical for me, it's just about who you are. And just watching the mind try and subtract and sing and dance a song, not to answer the frigging question. And my heart pounding. I was like, shit, because I knew what was authentically there for me to say, and my mind's like, don't do it, and it was just showing me pictures of how it would look and how it would go. And I thought, am I going to be who I say I am? Am I going to keep my word? Am I going to stand in creating something new? Or I'm going to fall back and get shy and get awkward and dorky and make fun of myself? Or am I going to open something new up for people like I'm committed to? Oh, and there was this war inside me, but I'm stubborn and feisty, and so I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it. Oh, like that leap feeling where your stomach drops. So we went like 4 people around the table, and it got to me, and my reply was, and I do not know these people, I like it all. Period. So there was a collective silence. I think everyone felt kind of jarred, was the response. And then there was the, oh, good for you! And I said, you know, it's taken a long time to get there, but do I think I'm attractive? Yeah. Do I think you're pretty? Mm-hmm. Can I now say it with makeup on or off? Yeah. Could I most of my life? No, because it was vain, it was prideful, don't take compliments, shy away from them. All the stories we're taught. Yet we're in a society that promotes beauty like to an obsessive thing. And that's why I say, if you resist it, it will persist. So in a society, if you resist acknowledging your beauty, you will live in a society that's obsessed with it. That's how it works. If people came up to you and said, you're beautiful, or you look like so-and-so, and any of these compliments, that's a human trying to give to another human when they compliment you. And when you refuse that, you're actually turning away a gift. A very personal, brave gift from their soul to your soul. So before you shun people that way, because your ego is telling you not to accept that gift, because it thinks that you will be attacked for accepting it, accept the gift. Because they will then learn how to accept that same gift. If you have a child or a sibling or a niece or a nephew, and someone came up to them and said that they were beautiful, their beautiful eyes, would you want them to go, no, I don't, they're ugly. Ew, why would you think that? Oh, I have these eyes? And you'd look at them like, oh, crap, I don't want them to say that. But when they're adult, you're okay with them going, oh, no. It's a weird dynamic what we'll grant children and then take away from adults, and what we take away from children and then give to adults. We're all fucked up. Like, this is ridiculous. So the reason I said all of it is because I learned to say thank you. And it took a long time, because especially as women, you were taught not to accept a compliment. Because you'll get, well, you're vain, or you're stuck up, or you're snotty, or you're a bitch, or whatever. And it's, if you're a guy, you're a narcissist, you're an asshole, you're a prick. It just doesn't end. So I decided to end it. So when someone would say, you're just stunning, I'm like, thank you. They didn't have to say that to me. When one human reaches out to another human in any way, thank you. It's an amazing act of courage. It is. And I go up to people randomly all the time. I never have to know them, and I just share with them when I feel coming from them. And if they shied away from me and shut it down every time, I probably wouldn't do it anymore. It'd be weird, but oh, people just love it. They're like, oh, you know, thank you. I never hear that, so I don't ever know. And you know, so telling people those things is wonderful, but receiving it is actually the gift that you're giving them by allowing them to express to another human in a safe way. And then you receive it, So then they feel like they can share more of how they feel about people. And it becomes that world you live in. Like I said, you got to give it first. And oddly, thank you is something you have to give first. So when I stopped telling people, or just attacking myself or making fun of myself, and I just started saying thank you. Because one, if people tell me I'm beautiful, that's their point of view. It really has nothing to do with me. So I don't have to make fun of myself. That's what they see. And then, you have several people tell you that. It's like, why should I start believing the thing in my head? Maybe what they're saying is true for the most part. I don't know. But it really has nothing to do with me, like I said. So just acknowledge it. You don't have to prove them wrong. And it demeans what they just shared with you. If they talk about your talents, say thank you. And they feel lighter and happier, and you feel lighter and happier, and you're able to see something you couldn't before. So at this table, there was the collective like, oh, well, good for you. And I said, let me share with you why I say it. It's because, one, I got tired of wrestling with myself when someone would do that, and I'd shy away from it. I'd get anxious when someone gave me a compliment. Number two, I don't like when people do it to me. If I genuinely go up and give someone a compliment and they shut it down or act like I'm weird, like, oh, really? That's not cool. I mean, it's just not. Like, just take the freaking gift. They're not hurting you. They didn't like that I did that to people. I didn't like how that felt. I didn't like it when people did it to me. They could be right. Maybe my mind doesn't know what it's talking about. Maybe I don't have a bozo with a clown nose, or look like a ghost, or whatever my story is that day. So I don't even know if this is true or not, but I can accept their gift. Another thing was, I was thinking one day that when you buy a car, and I think I've talked about this except in like the form of I love you, but if someone compliments the car or a bouquet of roses you've bought or something, you don't go, oh, this? Ooh, no. And yet, this body is what you showed up with. It was given to you by what created you. So it's really the same thing, like them saying, hey, here's these things I created, and they would want you to say, yes, it's beautiful, accept the compliment. Just like a flower doesn't wilt away, and you don't have to defend a car, like, oh, this car? Oh, no, it's not that big of a deal, It's weird. Why would you defend it? You don't. Because it's outside of yourself, and your ego's not going to attack it. But you didn't make your body. And I don't care what shape it's in. It's still the vehicle that takes care of you day and night. It carries your children, or nieces and nephews, or whatever you love. It came from these bodies. Unless you experience your time here on earth. So when someone says it to you, don't shut it down. Take the compliment. It creates a circuit of connection with that person, and of love and trust, and a good space. And so I told them, I said, the more I started to say that, I started watching people's reactions. And so society will tell you, if you say thank you for a compliment, whether it's your parents or your talents or whatever, that if you take the compliment, that you will be attacked. And then it's all these terrible things. But really what happens if you say thank you, they will step towards you because they want to express that as well. And that's why I do these videos for the most part, is expressing authenticity so that people around me can be truthful as well. They feel the freedom to do that. So I started seeing women say to me, thank you for saying that, because I never felt like I can say it. Or I had a girl a couple weeks ago that I was sharing this with, and I said, don't you think people should be able to say they like their eyes? I like my lips. I think I have cute ears. I like my petite hands. I like my skin. I like the way I just feel like I glow from inside. There's something everyone can see. I don't care what it is. I like my eyebrows. I like my freckles. And she sat there and looked stunned, and she went, I like my eyes. I like my eyes. I like my eyes. It was all of a sudden like she just was so excited to say that. And I've had women from other countries want to come up and look at my skin and sit and look at it and stare at it, and I just hold it up. It's my car. Do you like it? I didn't build it. I don't know how to build cars. I don't know how to build a body, but feel free to look at the ghost white skin. If that does something for you, glad to help you out. And I remember I talked to someone that's an actor, and we were having that conversation because when he'd met me, I had no makeup on. I thought, very scary. And he told me that he thought it was interesting that I could acknowledge it, even in how I thought it looked terrible, that there was something that drew people to me. So I said, well, I just got tired of denying it and making people feel weird, making myself feel weird. I just think it's weird to defend something I didn't create. And so I said, and people must see that about you because he's just stunning. And he's like, oh, no, no. I said, no. Okay. When you walk in a room, the whole room went, oh my gosh, where did that creature come from? And how did he end up like that? Because that's beautiful. Everyone saw it. Oh, no, no, no. I said, you're telling me you've never heard that. Oh, no. Okay. So we get a call the next day. Remember what I said yesterday in that conversation? Yes. I lied. I've heard it my whole life. But I just thought it would sound vain or cocky or whatever to say that. But because you said it, I feel like I can say it now. He's like, I do. I like my face. I do. And then he went and hired a photographer and had this amazing photo shoot done, and it was posted, and it was just, but because he wanted to capture the expression of himself here on this earth. There's nothing wrong with that. So when a society is absolutely obsessed with appearance, they don't want anyone saying thank you to you're beautiful. Oh, this old thing? Yeah, that old thing. Exactly that old thing. We like it. Thank you. We like how you walk. We like how you talk. We like your style. We like that you tell the truth. We like, thank you. Own it. Stop covering up your gifts. That's what I feel like I've been doing for 45 years. I will acknowledge everyone else's gifts, and I will question mine. I will shut them down. I will, because some of my gifts are a little odd. They're not the norm. And I was thinking about that today because I realized part of why I felt anxious probably had nothing to do with me shoving things down or hiding or whatever. I have a barometer for things that are not being said. I don't know how else to say it other than that. It's probably a whole other video or conversation, but so if someone talks to me and they aren't telling me what they've hidden, I get a ton of anxiety in my body. I get very strange sensations, and if someone lies to me, I will have nightmares. And then what really happened will show up. I mean, yeah, it's the whole thing. It's very rough on me. So I ask people to please tell me the truth, because I know you think you're sparing me something or you don't want to deal with something, but it's rough on me. I don't get to escape it. So being up there this weekend, I realized my mind wanted to attack me in all these ways, and I went, it very well could have been the fact that I was picking up things and I've been shutting that down. Because I can acknowledge everyone else's gift, but man, acknowledging mine, because I feel like then I could get attacked. You know, if I say I'm pretty, then, oh, you're so vain, you're so weird. And my gifts aren't things you can even prove. Like the theories I'm coming up, the hypothesis I'm coming up for emotion and the way we process it that I haven't even necessarily got to on this thing yet. Part of me is just laughing, like people can attack it if they want. No one can prove it or disprove it. It's not, you can't, it's only observable, it's not provable. You know, may as well give a crack at it and the whole world can go, oh, that's how we're processing? Oh, shoot. Maybe we could all be different now. I don't know. Why not give it a shot? It's my gift. It's my talent. And it helped me to see, too, by being up there with a group of people, is, you know, honor my experience as well. I don't have to shut down my stuff so that everyone else still feels comfortable. If I need a break, and I don't know why, give myself a break. If anxiety comes up, I don't need to know why. I don't even know if it's my sixth sense tingling. Just feel that anxiousness. it'll process through, and then what I need to know will come up. But as long as I'm resisting that emotion, nothing's going to process. And then my ego's going to have a field day with it anyway. So I realized it doesn't matter if it was that sixth sense thing or if it was my 5-year-old thing going, oh, groups scare me, or whatever it was. Didn't matter. And I just got to feel the emotion so I can actually find out what I need to know. Resisting it just makes it worse. And when I was letting it come through, it would go away. And the other thing I'm going to say, because I'm going to be done here, because I'm actually going to go out and play again today. Woo! Look at me. I learned how to play, people. I just questioned a thought. Not allowed to play. Who knew? So 3 people afterwards, after I said that and explained why I said thank you, came up and had a conversation with me. And not only did someone else acknowledge something about them, and they turn and they look at me and they'd say, thank you. I'm going to do what she just said. So thank you. And they left it at there, and they just took it in. And the person that gave the compliment was excited because they got to actually give the gift. It wasn't returned. It wasn't awkward, like, oh, this wasn't what I wanted. Re-gift it maybe? I don't know. Like, stop! We're nuts. This man came up and he says, thank you for saying that. You have no idea I appreciate that. I've never said thank you to a compliment before. And this other lady goes, well, I just really feel like it's weird. I go, I know. I've shied away from it forever. Or it felt like there was a motive. I had a million stories. Why not to accept a compliment? And then another lady ended up walking with me for like 2 hours, telling me her life story, telling me everything she wanted to do, she needed to do, about her childhood. Basically my normal conversations that I have. I don't chit-chat. I don't even know how. This is the most chit-chat I do. It's as light as it gets. But yeah, she had shared about what she liked about her, and the woman was significantly older than me, and I would never have known. And I said, why didn't you share about the fact that you have skin that doesn't freaking age? She's like, I never thought of it. And all of a sudden there was excitement, like, oh, I've got something I can share. I've got something I can tell people about me that I like. Because she said her experience was she'd always been told she was ugly growing up. So she's like, when I look in the mirror, I don't see anything other than that. But now, because someone said thank you and didn't freak out and didn't demean themselves and attack themselves and make fun of themselves, there was a space for people to say thank you. That's all we want. We want to give a gift, we like to be able to receive it without being weird and not have to be a certain way about it. Just thank you. And you don't have to explain why you're saying thank you. I did because it was a teaching moment and because what I said was kind of out there and people aren't used to it. So I'm okay to follow up with that. And I said, the thing is, if you guys want that in your life, you got to go first. I had to go first right now, and it was uncomfortable. My heart was beating. Because it felt like a personal moment. It wasn't just a stranger that said it to me. It was some people I was getting to know quickly. So, but I wanted to stand by what I've said. I've seen the evidence over and over, and so I just went for it and was going to go how it went. But what I know is when I've done that repeatedly over 10 years now, it opens up things for people. And if I can give the gift of people being able to say thank you for being acknowledged for a talent, okay. And then my job is to acknowledge myself for my talents. Because I had some whoppers. I said to my son, I go, what's it like to be raised by me? He's all, I haven't been raised by another mom, but I'm seeing it's probably not the norm. He's like, and he loves it. And they asked him what he thought about his appearance, and he hadn't heard what I said, and he said, I like my eyes, I like this and that. And at first he saw the uncomfortable moment, but then he went for it and looked at me like he can do that. That's amazing. I said, because his mom went first. So if you want that with people in your life, go first. And then they'll see it's okay. No one died. No one was mocked or ridiculed or burned at a stake for saying thank you for something that God gave them. So, yeah. That was just from a little ditty up in the mountains. You never know. So, thank you.